Right out of college, I got placed in my dream company. I was joining as an intern, but still, I was excited. I thought I could get promoted soon enough if I put in enough hours and dedication. But I couldn't have been more wrong. From day one itself, everyone disliked me. Why are you sitting there? Go and bring me coffee! I thought I told you to complete the presentation for today's meeting! If you want to stay here, you should keep your mouth shut and just do what is asked of you. Take my dog out for a walk. I'm busy. These are just a few things I used to hear on a daily basis. Rather than an employee, I was treated as an errand boy. Everyone dumped their work on me, from completing their files to doing grocery shopping for them. And the worst part? I couldn't say anything. I was just an intern who had to endure, or they'd get me kicked out. And don't even get me started on my boss, Julian. She was as scary as the rumors made her out to be. She didn't tolerate even a second of tardiness, or even one error in a document. A perfectionist through and through who was strict with her subordinates. No one left a single opportunity to gossip behind her back. I could kinda relate to their misery, but at least Julian wasn't making me run errands. She just wanted me to work like I was supposed to. Still, that woman was really intimidating. But not everyone was the same. At least there was someone who actually treated me like a human. Her name was Isabella, and she was the sweetest girl I had ever met. I don't understand why those people are so mean to you, Chris, she would always say sadly. You're so good at your work. I'd love to have you on my team. And she wasn't just kidding. She actually got approval to have me on the team she was leading. With Isabella, I could finally let my creativity shine. I used to have so much fun working with her. She'd always get my input on every project. Eventually, we started dating, and I was the happiest I'd ever been. Though it was a bit weird how over time I started doing the majority of the work from conceiving the ideas to executing them. At times like this, when our company is at the verge of bankruptcy, we really need more people like you, Chris, Isabella said one day. No one would listen to you since you're just an intern, but I'll make sure your ideas reach the upper management. That was a good thing, I guess. At least Isabella was getting promoted because of the improved performance of our team. I was sure I'd get my due credits one day. However, while I was leaving the office, I passed the break room on my way from where I could hear Isabella and a few other people's voices. Curiosity got to me, and I stopped to hear what they were talking about. One of these days, that witch Julian is really going to get me sick, someone complained. Why can't she just chill? What's with her obsession of getting perfect results? Isabella chuckled. She has to put up pretense after all. Otherwise, her reputation would fall if people find out how she seduced the director to get her position. I could hear shocked gasps, and I'm pretty sure mine was one of them. Aha! I knew it! She always seemed fishy to me, someone said angrily. But how did you find out, Isabella? You always seem to find out the insider info on everyone. Oh, I have my sources, Isabella replied. Just trust me. I couldn't take it any longer. Whatever Isabella was doing was not right. I opened the door and walked inside, earning surprised looks from everyone. Isabella! You shouldn't spread unverified rumors about anyone, I said. And this goes for everyone. Julian works hard and deserves her position. Please don't demean her like this, especially when you don't have any proof to support your claims. What? Isabella yelled. So, you're gonna humiliate me in front of everyone and take that witch's side? No, that's not what I... Shut up! You're just a loser intern. You would have been kicked out long ago if not for me. You should be worshipping the grounds I walk on instead of talking back to me. Wow. This was a new side of Isabella that I was witnessing. I never thought she could be this harsh. We were in a relationship, but it was only now that I realized that she never treated me as her equal. Why are you even dating him, Isabella? You should dump him! A man snickered. Isabella nodded and opened her mouth to say something, but stopped suddenly, looking at me hesitantly. I don't want to dump you, Chris. I hope you understand why I was mad. Let's forget about all this. Just complete the last part of the project we're working on and bring it to me tomorrow. What? How could her mood change so suddenly? Before I could comprehend her words, I heard footsteps outside the room and spotted a crying Julian running towards the exit. Oh no! She had heard everything! That night I got back home feeling really drained and dispirited. I wasn't expecting yet another surprise awaiting me that day. Julian arrived at my doorstep in the middle of the night, and my heart lurched when I saw her sobbing uncontrollably. I'm sorry. I didn't know where else to go, she cried, throwing herself into my arms. You're the only one who doesn't believe in those ridiculous rumors. I really can't rely on anyone else. Let's get inside first. I led her to the living room and offered her a glass of water. I'm sorry about what happened today. I wish I could do something about those rumors and help you. She shook her head. It already means a lot to me that you defended me. I know this company has been unfair to you, too. And I'm sorry that I couldn't control those things. But now, I think it's time to do something. You don't want Isabella to keep getting credit for all your hard work, do you? So she knew about what was happening. After what Isabella had done, I definitely didn't want to do her any more favors. I'm working on a proposal that would save the company from going bankrupt, but I can't do it all alone. You're talented and ambitious. If we do this together, I believe that the outcome will be really good. And I promise you that you'll get all the credits you deserve, she said seriously. I believed her. She may be strict, but she always kept her word. And working on the project with her would actually prove that she's capable and not what the rumors make her out to be. Maybe it'd also help me with my career growth. And so I agreed to Julian's proposal. We secretly started working on the project after office hours. The more time I spent with Julian, the more I realized how attractive her personality was. I had always viewed her as my intimidating boss, but now I could see that she was much more than that. And I'm sure she felt it too. The tension between us. I'd often catch her staring at me, and then she'd just blush and change the topic. Officially, I was still dating Isabella, but to be honest, I was waiting for an opportunity to dump her. And that opportunity presented itself sooner than expected. I had stayed back at the office one day and ran into Isabella and Grant, the director of our company, kissing each other. Wow. And this woman had the audacity of accusing Julian of seducing the director. I hid behind a wall and started recording them. The fact that she was cheating on me didn't even bother me. She could go and kiss every guy on this planet and I couldn't care less. Grant, how much longer do I have to wait? She asked. You told me you'll be firing Julian soon and give me her position. I'm trying, sweetheart, he smiled. Just keep getting the project ideas from that intern and send them my way. The shareholders are really impressed by the work. I'll put in some good word, and I'm sure that by the time of our annual gala, you'll be promoted to Julian's position. Only if the company doesn't go bankrupt by then, she sighed. Hopefully those losers keep everything afloat. I'll ask Chris to come up with a proposal that can be presented at the gala. Wow, thanks for spilling that, Isabella. Now I knew exactly what I had to do. From the next day, I didn't change my attitude or behavior in front of her. Instead, I provided her with utter nonsense in the name of proposals. She was so dumb that she couldn't even catch it even after reading it. Meanwhile, Julian and I were going stronger than ever. Both of us had decided to reveal our project during the gala, and so Julian started spending nights at my home so that we could speed up our work. And on one such night, after wrapping up our work, we treated ourselves to some drinks and finally gave in to the chemistry between us. We kissed and I confessed my feelings to her. "I like you too, Chris." She hugged me tightly. "You're my savior, and I couldn't be more glad that I had the chance to get to know you." Julian knew about the situation with Isabella. At the office the next day, Isabella and Grant called a meeting where they humiliated me. Grant called me a hopeless, untalented intern, while Isabella said that she had been putting up with me this whole time. "I was generous enough to give you many chances, but you've been hanging out with Julian when you know I hate her. I know you're cheating on me. I can't do this anymore," she said. "We're over, Chris." Grant chuckled. "And she'll be going to the gala with me. I'll make sure that her talent is recognized by the shareholders." I kept my mouth shut. Let them think that I was too shocked to say anything. I was going to end their whole career during this gala. Finally, the most awaited day arrived. Isabella and Grant presented the crappy proposal that I had made for them. What a bunch of idiots. "I'm sure that this project will save our company from bankruptcy," Grant said proudly. The shareholders stared at him as if he had lost his mind. "Save the company? You're going to bring it to the ground!" one of them yelled. "Who even made you the director? Have you even reviewed your own proposal before presenting it here?" Isabella and Grant were shocked, to say the least. They got off the stage and tried to flatter the shareholders, but they were not having their nonsense anymore. Julian and I finally got our chance to reveal our secret proposal. Everyone was impressed, and we were promoted on the spot. We were now going to be at the managerial positions and oversee the whole thing. And now was the time for the final reveal. I gave my thank you speech and played the recording of Grant and Isabella's affair. "What the heck, Isabella? So you were the one trying to seduce the director and climb up the ladders?" the employees asked in shock. "The whole time, you were feeding us lies!" The shareholders were now really mad at Grant for being so corrupt and bringing shame to the company. Both him and Isabella were fired. They fell on their knees and begged me to appeal to the shareholders. I simply laughed. "You should have thought about it when you were stealing ideas from this hopeless, untalented intern and spreading lies about an honest employee." In the end, they got what they deserved. I'm glad that I never lost hope and worked toward my ambitions and dreams. Finally, making them come true with Julian by my side.